First Kings chapter 21. This is the story of Jezebel, wicked Queen Jezebel, who used her government position of power, like the Congress, like Hillary Clinton, like Nancy Pelosi and other women in Congress, to falsify records, give false testimony, in order to work with police officers and the FBI and other government agents to steal innocent men's property because they felt entitled to everything that the citizens owned. And so the government became gangs of criminals like the FBI, like the IRS, like the police officers, working with Jezebel to accuse and steal innocent men's property in America. Verse 1, After these things, Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard which was in Jezreel, next to the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria. Ahab spoke to Naboth, saying, Give me your vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near my house. And I will give you for it a better vineyard than it. Or, if it seems good to you, I will give you its worth in money. Naboth said to Ahab, May Yahweh forbid me that I should give you the inheritance of my fathers to you. King Ahab, the government, the USA government, the president, the Congress, the senators, came into his house sullen and angry, basically throwing a temper tantrum, because of the word which Naboth the Jezreelite had spoken to him. For he had said, I will not give you the inheritance of my fathers. We're talking about land. So the government tried to steal the land of an innocent man. He laid himself down on his bed and turned away his face and would eat no bread. But Jezebel, the queen, his wife, the politician, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, came to him and said to him, Why is your spirit so sad that you eat no bread? He said to her, Because I spoke to Naboth the Jezreelite and said to him, Give me your vineyard for money, or else, if it pleases you, I will give you another vineyard for it. He answered, I will not give you my vineyard. Jezebel, his wife, said to him, Do you know govern the kingdom of Israel? Are you the president of the kingdom of Israel, of the country of Israel? Arise and eat bread, and let your heart be merry. I will give you the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite. So she wrote letters in Ahab's name committing fraud, that's a felony in America, and sealed them with his seal, and sent the letters to the elders and to the nobles. So she falsified government records, and sent the letters to the elders and to the nobles who were in his city, who lived with Naboth. Those elders are the police and the FBI agents. She wrote in the letter saying, Proclaim a fast and set Naboth on high among the people. Set 2 men, wicked fellows. So now she conjured up a scheme where the government works with scoundrels. That's where the FBI works with informants who are scoundrels, liars, and criminals. And then they tell them to set up innocent men to rob them. So, see, we got Hillary, we got the FBI, we got the police, we got the IRS, we got the wicked community members, And we got the wicked court system, the evil corrupt court system, all here in America operating like a Jezebel gang, a wicked, evil Jezebel gang. Set 2 men, wicked fellows, back to verse 10, before him, and let them testify against him, saying, You cursed God and the king. Then carry him out and stone him to death. So then she committed robbery and murder. And she committed false testimony. So all this adds up to a RICO, a racketeering, corrupt criminal gang. And so basically, the United States government is now a criminal gang of evil people, including the FBI, including the police, including the informants, including the churches, including the community members who lie and give false testimony. The men of his city, even the elders and the nobles who lived in the city, did as Jezebel had instructed to them in the letters which she had written and sent to them. They proclaimed a fast and set Naboth on high among the people. The 2 men, the wicked fellows, came in and sat before him. The wicked fellows testified against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people, saying, Naboth cursed God and the king. Then they carried him out of the city and stoned him to death with stones. Then they sent to Jezebel, saying, Naboth has been stoned and is dead. So why is it that all the men don't stand up to Jezebel, right? They're supposed to be professionals. They're supposed to adhere to the law. They're supposed to have integrity and do justly. So why is it that the FBI agents, the churches, the men in the community, the court system, the jury, the judges, why don't they stand up to the Jezebel politicians like Hillary and Nancy Pelosi? Well, more on that later, but to sum it up, they're cowards, and they're scoundrels, and they're wicked men, and now they're guilty of robbery, attempted robbery, multiple felonies, racketeering charges, and so these are all felonies, and so they all need to be arrested and put in jail, and even worse, treason. So maybe there's harsher penalties for that. When Jezebel heard that Naboth had been stoned and was dead, Jezebel said to Ahab, Arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite, which he refused to give you for money, for Naboth is not alive, but dead. When Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth the Jezreelite to take possession of it. Yahweh's word came to Elijah the Tishbite, saying, Arise, go down to meet Ahab, king of Israel, the president of the country of Israel, who dwells in Samaria. Behold, he is in the vineyard of Naboth, where he has gone down to take possession of it. You shall speak to him, saying, Yahweh says, Have you killed and also taken possession? You shall speak to him, saying, Yahweh says, In the place where dogs licked the blood of Naboth, dogs will lick your blood, even yours. Ahab said to Elijah, King Ahab, that's the president, Have you found me, my enemy? Elijah answered, I have found you because you have sold yourself to do that which is evil in Yahweh's sight. So now you see a corrupt president, a corrupt Congress, a corrupt police gang, a corrupt Federal Bureau of Investigation, all working together with Jezebel to steal innocent men's property in the community, even in setting them up for prison and false charges and false testimony, and even still having them sentenced to death. So murder. So there's nothing that they'll do that they won't do to steal someone's stuff in the name of government. And so here God says that's not going to happen anymore. I'm going to put an end to this. I'm going to put it into you. The dogs will lick your blood off the street. You will be put to death for your treason against America and against innocent men in America. Behold, I will bring evil on you and will utterly sweep you away and will cut off from Ahab everyone who urinates against the wall, every male descendant, and him who is shut up and him who is left at large in Israel. I will make your house like the house of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasha, the son of Ahijah, for the propagation with which you have provoked me to anger, and have made Israel to sin. So he basically caused his entire country to sin against God. And that's kind of like what's happening in America right now. Jezebel and the president and the Congress and the politicians are all causing America to sin against God. Yahweh also spoke of Jezebel, saying, the dogs will eat Jezebel by the rampart of Jezreel. The dogs will eat he who dies of Ahab in the city, and the birds of the sky will eat he who dies in the field. But there was no one like Ahab, who sold himself to do that which was evil in Yahweh's sight, whom Jezebel, his wife, stirred up. He did very abominably in following idols, according to all that the Amorites did, whom Yahweh cast out before the children of Israel. And today our government, the USA government, is an abomination to God and an embarrassment to humanity. They have trampled justice. They have robbed the innocent. They have destroyed and murdered innocent, all while falsifying testimony, all so that they could satisfy a woman whom they're scared of because they're cowards. And they have no morals. So they don't belong in government and they don't belong in justice. And God says the punishment is death. So that God bring judgment and punishment against these evil and wicked men, along with Jezebel and those that work with Jezebel, such as any government officials, any bureaucratic agents, any FBI agents that have been working with them, need to be punished according to God. But we'll let God bring the punishment against them. God will bring the punishment against you, wicked men, you criminals of evil.